Alright, so today's video is going to be just a little bit different. So I was scrolling through Twitter and I stumbled across a post. I don't know if it was in my For You tab or how I found it, but I stumbled across a post that was calling out Sam Seder, Emma Vigeland, and the Majority Report. This is the post that I stumbled across, made by an account named Compton J. This Compton J, I'm not too familiar with, but I am familiar with the content creation or the organization he's a part of. It is known as the Revolutionary Blackout Network. They have a YouTube channel over here, Revolutionary Blackout. I have the channel pulled up right here. They have been making videos for a while now, and I myself have actually filmed a couple of different videos about these people, but I have never posted them. I never posted these videos mainly because I just didn't think that they were worth my time. I didn't think that they were even worth me giving them any attention to, because they have tried to call out Sam Seder time and time again and always failed at doing so. It's always been just terrible, awful, just clickbait garbage. And they have done that once again, but I really just feel like I need to at least address it one time, okay? So this is the post. Less than 24 hours after Genocide Joe began bombing Yemen, the Bernie Sanders industrial complex drops a clip titled The Vote Blue Conversation in 2022. I have that clip pulled up right here. I had actually watched this before I saw this post. I watched that clip before, right when they posted it. Spoiler alert, they want us to vote for Genocide Joe. The Social Democrats are the quote-unquote white moderate of 2024. MLK and Malcolm X warned us about people who pretend to be aligned with your policy beliefs but always find a way to explain why they are going against those so-called policy beliefs. Notice how this video comes out right at the launch of the Democratic Party's strategy for 2024. The first thing, and this is probably a personal gripe of mine, but the first thing that I want to say about this is this guy pays for Twitter Blue. He gives Elon Musk money every month, so I automatically don't trust him. If you are paying, you can tell who pays for Twitter Blue and who is just verified because Elon wants to try to keep big creators on the platform. This person pays for Twitter Blue. They are actively giving Elon Musk money every month, so I don't trust them. I cannot trust them automatically. Again, that might just be a bit of a personal gripe of mine. But the Revolutionary Blackout account, the channel in question about this video, responded to Compton J's tweet and said, "There's no fucking way, bruh. These people are about to be fully exposed this year." And again, I have this video titled, "Vote Genocide No Matter Who. The NATO Left Pushes V Genocide NMW a day after Yemen bombing." I haven't watched this. I'm not going to watch this. I'm not going to play any clips of them in this video. I don't feel like they need to have their voice heard. But, and I have seen what they've said before, but just doing a short, search through their channel, these guys are Jimmy Dore fans. They're Jimmy Dore fans, and one of the videos that I filmed, it was sometime last year. It might have actually been in 2022. I can't even remember. I have so many videos I filmed that I haven't posted, but these people, seriously, like, they're Jimmy Dore guys. That's what they are. They think that Jimmy Dore is the guy who is, positioned that he tells the truth like it is, and he doesn't align with other progressives because, all progressives they're just mouthpieces for the Democratic Party no matter what, and they unabashedly support all Democrats no matter what, never criticize them. These people, they, I don't know. They've said a lot of stuff about Sam Seder, and it's all just really just not a valid criticism at all. And again, they really love Jimmy Dore. Okay, so I feel like that tells you everything you need to know. These people suck Jimmy Dore's cock like it's the greatest thing in the entire world. I'm not lying about that. I'm not making that up. You guys can go and do your own research. I don't like always saying that to people. I like to try to present as much evidence as possible, but these guys fucking suck Jimmy Dore's cock like crazy, okay? So This is the clip. We're going to watch the Majority Report clip in full, and that's what we're going to talk about. And then we're also going to, again, look back. And Majority Report, I don't know if this is like a mistake or whatever, or if they just not aware because, I don't know who runs the Majority Report account, but they follow these crazy motherfuckers on Twitter, or they might just be following them so they can keep track of the crazy shit that they say. I know that there's some people that do that, but they follow them on Twitter. But let's take a look at this Vote Blue conversation of 2022. And I'm going to be honest. When I saw this clip posted, I always think that Sam and Emma were their takes way better than I were my takes. I always end up agreeing with them, even if I go into a clip where I'm like, well, I don't know if that's going to be the best thing. I watched the clip. I was like, okay, I understand what they're saying. It makes total sense. Here is the Vote Blue conversation in 2024 clip in question that apparently, at least Revolutionary Blackout is trying to say, Sam Seder, he supports a warmonger like Joe Biden. Here it is.
I don't want to have this conversation right now because I know we're going to have it 100 times before the election.
You know what I want to do with this conversation?
I know. You want to jettison it into the
flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times, as opposed to once.
They're also, I'm sorry, I have to, I know you guys don't like when I pause it, but I have to just, show this. There are people in this thread, this is how unserious these people are. There are people in this thread that are just making fun of Emma Vigeland's appearance. So that tells you everything you need to know. These people aren't serious. They don't care. They care about views. They care about just getting their name out there. They're fucking grifters. They're actual grifters on the left, and that pisses me off. That really pisses me off because I get a lot of comments in my videos, at least I was at one time, saying that I was a grifter. I would make videos about TYT and they saying, oh, you're grifting, you're just trying to make views and money off their name. No, it's not that. I wouldn't be making any of these goddamn videos if I cared about money. I don't make fucking money like that off these videos, guys. Believe me. Even my videos that do extremely well, I'm not sitting here making bank off these fucking videos. That's not why I make these videos. I used to be a conservative. I was completely fucking brainwashed. I grew up in a household that was extremely detrimental to my well-being, and one day I realized I had just fucking been lied to. I was being lied to on a daily basis. I was literally just a part of the conservative propaganda machine, and I would even go on. I have screenshots on my phone of me defending Trump when I was in 9th grade on social media with some of my friends at my private school, because that's how fucking much of a piece of shit that I was. And I feel like maybe me making these videos might just at least help other people that are in the same position that I was in realize that they are being lied to, okay? So with all that being said, I'm going to try really hard not to pause the clip anymore.
They end up using more water.
But let me just say this, that no.
10, 15 times.
We had this conversation. The amount of times that I have said in the past that voting is not an act of self-expression, that voting is a tool, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's going to come up because, there is real reason for people to be completely enraged and disgusted at Joe Biden, particularly from my perspective, on his unfettered support of Israel's assault on Gaza, slaughter. But the best expression of how I think you should approach voting that I've seen, and maybe even better than I've articulated it, frankly, which is not always fun to admit, particularly since I've had to articulate this over the course of 10 years, was from O'Loren, right?
Olemi O'Loren.
O'Loren. And
Olemi's great. She's great.
I've seen her online for quite some time, but her perspective on voting, I think, is and she has a video out on it that somebody had recommended. I think it's titled Voting Guide 2023. It just came out I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks ago, and it's a long video, but you really only have to watch the first 15 minutes, in my estimation, 20 minutes, to get the the 2023 election survival guide, 2024 election survival guide. Sorry, this came out
Wow.
8 days ago. Okay.
And I haven't watched this entire video by Ole here because it's quite long, and sometimes I just have to watch videos in pieces because I can't always sit down and watch a 3-hour video. But this video is great. It's absolutely great.
And we'll put a link to this. You really only have to watch the first 15, 20 minutes, but I encourage you to watch the whole thing. But it really just expresses the whole point of voting, which is, as a mechanism, one mechanism, to make it easier for people to organize and get what they want. And it really is just one mechanism to make it easier. She's quite explicit about seeing government officials as her adversaries. She's a defense attorney, but she's also an advocate for carceral reform. But I think this applies to just about everything. That you're trying to get stuff from the government that they don't want to give you at different times, regardless of who is any given politician, because there's always going to be more than one politician, one government agency, one various sets of incentives that cut against stuff, even if people genuinely want in their heart to provide it or don't want to provide it. It really doesn't matter. And the point is, you want to elect a person or people to these offices that are going to be the most susceptible, or you can articulate it as the weakest, against your advocacy for stuff, for people.
And it's not just the politician themselves, too, especially when we're talking about national elections. It's their staff, it's the coalitions they bring with them, it's the people that have endorsed them.
When you talk about president and staff, you're talking about 40,000 appointments.
That's why, it's not a popularity contest in that way, or like about the person. You're not voting for America's mascot. You're voting for the people that will be brought along. Lena Khan and Julie Su are good examples of people who had departments under the Biden administration who have made real differences, and that would not be the case under obviously a Trump one.
But if you I will, maybe we'll play a clip, we'll isolate a clip that we can play so that we don't necessarily have to answer these questions every time. But in the meantime, go check that out.
Yeah. So after watching that clip, sitting there and rewatching it again after looking at these posts, it's almost like they didn't watch the clip and they just looked at the title, because they don't mention Sam and Emma mentioning Oleyemi's video. They don't mention anything about that. There's no fucking way, bruh. These people are about to be fully exposed. Fully exposed for what? I can expose these motherfuckers right now. Again, here, let's take a look at these totally normal motherfuckers that, again, think Jimmy Dore is the voice of reason. I can't make this up. These guys think that Jimmy Dore is the voice of reason. Jimmy Dore calls out Marianne Williamson, tells her to quit pretending. Jimmy Dore slams Do Nothing Dems. Jimmy Dore is one of the prime examples, and I mean prime examples, of a grifter who says he's a leftist, who says he's a progressive, but when you listen to him talk, that motherfucker is nothing, and I mean nothing more than a mouthpiece for conservative propaganda in every way, shape, and form. And these people on this fucking channel want to sit there and do the same exact fucking thing whilst calling out people like Sam and Emma. And you guys know I love Sam, okay? You know I love Sam. And some people are like, oh, you're biased because you like Sam. No, I'm not. I'm not being biased. I'm being fucking real. These people are fucking actual grifters on the left. And I can't tell you how much that pisses me off. That pisses me off so fucking bad. I can't engage. That's why I'm not even going to play a clip from these people. I'm not even going to play a clip from these goddamn grifters in this video because they don't deserve to be heard. I am a strong believer in I have to hear the other side just so I can be able to combat it the best way possible. Conservative propaganda, I listen to it. I will turn on my conservative talk radio local stations. I will go and look at people that I fucking despise with every ounce of my being so I know what they're saying, and then sometimes I'll see something and I'll make a video about it, and I have to see it. I have to understand what they're saying so that I can combat it in the best way possible. But when it comes to shit like this, it's just not even worth it. I cannot believe that these people want to sit there and try to position themselves as progressives and try to call out people like Sam and Emma. Sam has been doing this for so fucking long. So I'm not saying that makes him like good or qualified or whatever, but he has been doing this shit for such a long time. He was here before YouTube was a big thing, which is, mainly where people get his show. I know that you can listen to it through the Majority Report website or whatever, listen to it on the phone or whatever too. But I cannot wrap my head around how anybody can sit there. And then we look at the comments on this video in particular, and all of their videos where they call out Sam. These people are brainwashed. They're just as brainwashed as as Republicans are. They're just as brainwashed as the people that are ensnared in the Republican propaganda machine. They're trapped. They don't know what they're being told is lies, and it's so pathetic and sad. I find people like Sham Sheepherder and Emma Vigeland intolerable in their smug, sneering condescension. Kudos for you for bearing it for the purpose of dismantling it for the benefit of others who might not yet see through their blatant scam/grift, because it is rankly excruciating and nauseating to be subjected to their hypocrisy, and I myself could not stomach such grueling toil. You just described this channel that made this video about Sam. This comment describes these fucking people. You cannot call yourself a progressive or a leftist or a Democrat or whatever you want to call yourself and support people like Jimmy fucking Dore or people like this. You can't. That's going to be it for the video. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, press that bell, turn on all notifications so you guys never miss an upload. And guys, please, let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what you think about revolutionary blackout. Let me know what you think about the clip that I played of Sam and Emma. Last thing I'm going to say before I go, is Joe Biden the ideal candidate for a progressive like me? Abso-fucking-lutely not. So far from it. I'm still salty Bernie didn't get the nomination. Both times. 2016. I couldn't even vote in the 2016 election. But Bernie should have gotten in 2016. He should have gotten in 2020. He got robbed 2 separate times. Joe Biden is not the ideal candidate. And it's in this country, realistically, there's really only 2 sides to vote for. That needs to change. I feel like that needs to change. We need to have more than 2 parties to vote for. That's something that we need to work on changing. That's something that we need to change in this country. And yes, at this point, it is voting for, right now, as much as I hate to admit it, you're voting for a lesser evil. But the Republican candidates, the Republicans, they are so bad. They are so horrible that voting for them is literally saying, I don't care about democracy. I don't care about this country's free and fair elections. I don't care about what is going to happen to this country. So, I can't tell anyone who to vote for. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. But if you care about democracy and if you care about free and fair elections, then you're going to have to vote for someone like Joe Biden. As shitty as that reality is, and yes, it is a shitty reality. Yes, it is shitty. Don't get me wrong. That's where we're at.